Hi, I'm Jenny.
Cheers.
And who are you?
I'm Owen. Eoin.
And today we are, I don't actually know where we are, in the middle of the countryside in the Dordogne in France. And we are walking a small part of the Camino,
Yeah, towards Fresinat-sur-Gela or something.
something like that. It's that away.
That way.
We've been
Yeah.
walking for just about an hour now.
Yeah.
Gorgeous sunshine. It's the end of October. Halloween in 2 days' time, and it's scorchio
It's beautiful.
and beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
And we're here for about nearly 2 weeks, staying in the Dordogne. And one of the things that it's really helped us with is to help us to get clear on something quite important for us.
Yeah, I think it's highlighted, well, something that we already knew, which was that there is a part of us that has a desire to have a home in a warmer climate.
Pick figs from the tree outside.
Yeah, they're just like,
the
we
door.
just pick the figs and chuck them into your cereal and oh, it's just beautiful. You make salads with them. I love that, the fact that the land is producing food around us all the time, and nuts, fruit, particularly fruit from the trees, and you just go and pick and kind of make your own, which is pretty cool. Oh, and of course we have our own eggs, courtesy of Lucy and Rosie, our two hens at the moment. So that's great too. Even just the colour and the taste of the eggs is quite different. So there is a part of us that kind of yearns, I think, for a warmer climate. And part of what we've been kind of teasing out over the last few months particularly is, number one, where that would be. So we've been to Italy in May, and now we're in France. And we're just kind of teasing out, if we did move, what part of...
We currently live in Northern Ireland, just
What-
outside Belfast.
Yeah, which is a very different climate.
Well, it's not just different climate, it's different, it's just very different on so many levels. Culturally, it's completely different.
It's completely different.
Northern Ireland's been through so much. I was born the year of the Troubles in Northern Ireland, so it's been through an awful lot, and there's a lot of trauma still just in the people and in the land in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
So we
And it
notice
hasn't-
when we come to places
Yeah.
like this that it's just lighter, I think, energetically for us. It's lighter.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, Northern Ireland really, I suppose, because of the Troubles and so on, and because of the polarisation of the people, it really hasn't evolved, and it hasn't, I suppose, had time yet to catch up with almost the rest of the world. So it's a little bit behind in many ways, and that can be a struggle, I think, for the people living there, and particularly those of us who want to open more and more and discard the old. But yeah, we've been looking, I suppose, at the countryside here, but also admiring some of the beautiful properties that are, to be quite honest about it, they're just kind of set into the countryside. They don't come in and kind of plant those kind of houses that I call the Dallas type houses that you see in Ireland and in the UK, I'm sure, at times, where they kind of fell every tree and they make a few acres of space and they put this huge monstrosity of a building
And a big wall
in the
around
middle,
it,
and a big
and the
wall,
security
gates, and like, and say, we've arrived,
We've
part-
been walking past houses here that
Oh.
are 13th century farmhouses, and they're just beautiful old restored barns, and there's so many beautiful old properties in this part of the world that people are lovingly restoring, as opposed to just building new stuff, making new
Yeah.
stuff all the time, and that really appeals to us as well.
It does. And there's a lot of timber around as well. We're walking past stacks of timber, 20-foot high stacks all over the place. So again, you can build with timber beautifully. Timber and stone appear to be the main materials here, which is lovely. There's very little cement in any of the old buildings, which is lovely.
But
Yeah.
anyways, I guess part of what we're saying is that being here is helping us get clearer and clearer and clearer. And this is actually the way that we've co-created our lives since we met 7 years ago. That one of my favourite bits of teaching that I teach a lot of my students and my clients is that when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And so we're getting clearer as we get older, or as we're together longer. Actually, it's probably to do with how long we're together, on what we don't want and therefore what we do want. So just over the last 10 days especially, we've got really, really clear on the type of house we would like to live in, the size, the shape, even the shape of it, the aspect of it, what's really important to us. So for instance, we walked past a beautiful old, very old farmhouse just a couple of kilometres up that way. And it walks straight out on, the gate went straight out onto this Camino. And the Camino's just, I mean, it's pretty much, most of it, what we've walked on so far is kind of dirt track, but it's beautiful. And just to be able to walk out and just walk I can actually walk from here to my sister's house on the foothills of the Pyrenees. It would take me quite a long time, but I could on this Camino. It runs from here all the way down through France, through Spain. So for you, for running as well, we want to be...
Yeah. It's not just the Camino, I mean, that's just one path.
Yeah.
There are thousands of paths crisscrossing through all the beautiful forest all over this area. And again, they're particularly, I think, for horses and for people walking. There's no cars.
And runners.
Yeah, and the woodland is not disturbed. It's just beautiful. It's something that I've always missed, particularly in Northern Ireland, because I run quite a bit, and I can't run anywhere except on road, and road is very hard on my knees. And there aren't any kind of pathways. So yeah, we want that. We've, I suppose, gathered a lot of evidence in terms of what we would like in a house, and also in terms of location. So we've been teasing out, do we want it to be like in a village or in a little hamlet, as they call them over here, or do we want it to be just on the outskirts or very remote? I think we've decided that we don't want it very remote.
No.
We would like to be part of a community.
Peaceful though. Peaceful is very important
peaceful
to both
community,
of us.
yeah.
You know, we know that. We want to be able to shop in the markets and go and buy fresh produce from local people in the markets, as opposed to going to Tesco's twice a week.
Yeah.
And feeding Mr. Tesco.
Or Intermarché over here.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Whatever
sometimes you have to do that for certain things, but there's something gorgeous about going in and interacting with the people that have made the goat's cheese from their own goats.
And it was gorgeous.
You know, and just that side of life we really love. There's just a different pace to it. We love the temperature-wise, it's not too hot, so not really over 30. Neither of us are particularly over 30, but we do like dry. We actually don't mind cold, but we do like dry.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland's just too wet. It gets into Owen's bones. You can feel it damp in his bones.
He does. Yeah.
And what else we'd love to be besides some other reasonably conscious people, I guess. Maybe to have some kind of community with other people who are interested in the type of things that we're interested in.
Or we're not necessarily conscious, but certainly creative.
Music, creative, artistic.
Creative, artistic, and I was looking through some of the villages in France, and quite a few of them are well known as being places where artists and creatives tend to congregate, and they have a community there. So that would be lovely. And I think as well we're very clear on the fact that when you really kind of land and live somewhere that you absolutely love and adore, then whatever it is you're offering back to the world in terms of your work or your writing or whatever it might be, whatever the creative juices are kind of bringing up in you, they tend to be kind of more authentic and just a little bit lighter and a little bit more open. And I think for us it's very important to honour that need in ourselves to live somewhere maybe where those kind of energies are more easily expressed, more easily opened up.
And the reason we're recording all this is because we know it's going to happen, but we just don't know how it's going to happen at the moment. We don't have the money sitting in the bank. We don't have, nobody would give us a mortgage, either of us, I don't think, because
No.
so we have no idea how this is going to unfold, how it's going to manifest in our lives. Yeah. But we kind of wanted to record this now because we know it is going to happen. So we're really looking forward to, don't know what the time scale is, but sometime in the very nearish future that we'll be actually recording a video of us in our new home, in our new climate, in our new life.
Yeah.
And that we'll be able to look back on this video and say, see, it does work, this getting clear about what you want, focusing your attention on it, taking a bit of action, and surrendering it. And also listening or looking out for the signs is really, really important. I suppose that's very important just by walking along the Camino, because we have to be looking out for the little signs on it, on trees. You're looking for red and white lines, and they tell you, you're still on the Camino.
Yeah.
So
there's horizontal lines, and I suppose, I was aware of that as we were walking, that we kind of knew roughly where we were heading for, but what we were doing was following the signs all along the way. And this is a little bit similar.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, and it's it's 29th of October 2016, just so you know, and we realise that there's lots of people out there who don't believe in this idea of law of attraction or manifestation, call it what you want.
Conscious creation.
Conscious creation, so many different terms for it. So this is partly why we want to record this, kind of to say, okay, this is our beginning point, and we're very excited to see what unfolds. And that is part of the energy. It's not about working out, okay, how is it going to happen? That kind of hard, tough, take it on your shoulders kind of energy, make it happen energy. Very old kind of male energy, to be honest. I'm going to do this. It's not about that at all. It's about trusting that the universe has an incredibly, for some of us, alien intelligence, because our minds can't get it. That's why I call it alien. It's like we don't understand how the universe really operates. We think we do, but we don't. We're always finding out new things. And for me, it seems to kind of cooperate with the wish to evolve, the wish to grow. So we want to grow into this idea. We want to give it a bit of energy, which is what we're doing. We're, I think, a little bit excited about the possibility. And when you open your mind in that way, the possibility exists that it will happen. Well, it is a possibility. And we just go with that possibility. So we're going to follow all the signs as we walk along the rest of the Camino here. But we're also going to follow the signs that guide us towards what it is that we are co-creating with that wish that is kind of, really a part of us at the moment. There is something that is calling us and saying, yeah, it's time.
It's time.
Here comes a tractor.
Here comes a tractor.
A van. So we'll maybe finish it now and say ciao.
See you later.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.